Don't miss out on earning 2 times the rewards from Stampin' Up! When you put your order in from August 19th to 21st. It's a great way to stack up your rewards and use them on your next order. Hi, my name is Marianne Cowan. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator here in Ottawa, Canada, and I wanted to pop on because we're having a great sale tomorrow, starting tomorrow, where you can earn 2 times the Stampin' Rewards. Currently, you earn 10% of your purchase in Stampin' Rewards, so for 3 days only, you will earn 20% of your order in Stampin' Rewards that can be used on upcoming orders. And this month's product of the month is featuring the Harvest of Glow Designer Series paper. So you could have a chance to get this paper in Canada. It is $7 with a minimum $100 order. And I just want to show you this beautiful paper. And I know you're going to fall in love with it just like I did. So the product of the month is something that Stampin' Up! Has introduced. And each month they have a different product that you can feature for a quite reduced price. This paper would probably normally sell for $25 because it's a specialty paper. It's a pearlized paper. So let me just show you the patterns. It's just one-sided, but that's all you need because it's so beautiful. So it's that one. I was fussy cutting some of these images or these florals out, these beautiful leaves. I actually did a lot of fussy cutting because I'm going to show you 2 cards I made using this paper. Well, I'm going to make 2 cards today and then show you 3 other ones that I've made. These beautiful pumpkins and little branches. I did fussy cut those out. Cute little acorns. And I'll show you a card I made using this. And then this more colorful with the nice calypso coral and beige and one of the new in colors that the name escapes me. Golden Glow. So here are some cards that I've made and we're going to make one together today. Here's a really pretty one using that basic beige and the acorns. And a little trick is to punch this circle out from this piece before you glue it on so that you can use the image and then layer it up. And also die cut this circle from the back piece and it saves you some time. This is from a retired stamp set from last year around Thanksgiving. And then here's another one using that really pretty paper. I've I've fussy cut the images out, and that was just an old embossing folder that I had with the leaves. And then as part of my fall festival class, I have a card designed with using this paper, and it's this one right here. So really, really pretty. So speaking of the fall festival class, we'll be making 12 cards. That's one of them. We're actually making 13 cards. This is another one using that beautiful sunflower paper and that beautiful sunflower 3D embossing folder, which is available right now. I did check. Then a cute Halloween card and another fun fold. And with that class you also get some ribbon, and these are bonus products. They're not what we're using in the class. Those will be included. And then you get bonus designer series papers, some current and some retired, some of our favorite retired things. So that's really good. And then if you place an order with me between now and the end of August, I am including little crafting kits that I've put together with some of our favorite retired products, and you can earn one of those free with a $100 order. So let me show you what they look like. So here is the first one. In each kit you'll receive 6 6x6 designer series paper and some ribbon that coordinates with the products, with the paper, and then you receive some embellishments, 4 envelopes, and 4 card bases. And they all coordinate with whatever the paper is that is in that particular kit. So I have a bunch of different kits that are available, and I would mail them to you after I see your order come through. Here's a Christmas one that features a Christmas paper that's retired. This particular paper had some die cuts with it, and again, ribbon and embellishments. And then here's a different one with the same paper, your envelopes, your cardstock, 4 card bases, ribbon, and embellishments. So those I would mail to you with a purchase of $100 or more, and $100 because then you can get the beautiful paper. So my Fall Festival online retreat is Sunday, September 13th, and I showed you the cards we're making. We're also making this little project. And I also have on my classes my sticky pack, and I'll just show you what that is. I'm just going to move the camera a little bit. So my sticky pack includes Stampin' Seal, Stampin' Dimensionals, liquid glue, mini glue dots, a ruler, just a quick little picky tool, and and a glue bottle that you can put your white glue in, and it's a fine tip glue bottle. And I always decorate them for whatever season we're in. So this is the fall one, and I'll have another one for the breast cancer fundraiser that I'm doing October 3rd. So if you're ever wondering what the sticky pack looks like, this is what it looks like. And of course there's candies in there. There's also a glue eraser, which looks like this. So if you get dried glue on your cards, you can use the little eraser to erase it. So that's the sticky pack. The Fall Festival is, you can register at mariannecowan.com. The early bird registration was August 15th, but I'm going to honor that until the end of this week. Okay, on to my cards. So I will say I used a few different products when using these cards, and I'll just show you up front. I used the Fun for Fall dies. These are available now. Some of the products I'm showing you are not available to customers until September 1st, but you can always get pre-order things when you're a demo. So if that interests you, check out my page. And then Banner Sayings, the triple banner punch and the original Banner Sayings stamp set is amazing. I've used it so much. And now, coming September 3rd, will be Soiree Salutations, and it is just so fun. It's got Halloween, holiday wishes, happy Thanksgiving, cheers to a new year, clink clink, peace, joy, peace, hope, and joy. Happy Valentine's Day, just a great set, and the sentiments fit in the banner punch. On my class that I just designed, I used all my sentiments from this. So it's a great set. And I'm so excited about this new embossing folder, Softly Woven. I was looking at the French, plié à gaufrage. It's funny that the French is first. So 3D embossing folder, Softly Woven. I loved the subtle embossing folder, and this one I love just as much. So we're going to be using that today. We're also using another product coming out in September, which is the Sunflower Designer Series paper. Sunflower Fields Designer Series paper. Oh my gosh, I'm already through a whole pack. So here's what it looks like on this side. Green stripes. This one, which I used to fussy cut out some flowers for the card that we're going to make today. More stripes. And then this one comes in both colors, Cajun Craze and the one that I just forgot, Golden Glow, the new in color. And then the backs of those, beautiful. And then this one where the images are a little closer together. And then some spots. And then this one, that if you remember the other day I made a card with a fold in it, a gate, and I fussy cut some of these flowers. Beautiful both sides, really. And then I fussy cut some pumpkins from the Designer Series paper that is product of the month, which is Glow of Harvest. And I also used some ribbon. Oh, and this fence is from the one I showed you, which is Fun for Fall Dies. So I used the fence, I used the little flag, and I used the corn stalks, but I'm using them for sunflower stalks. And I have in my back garden, this is what inspired me, my sunflowers are probably about 10 feet tall in my back garden. So, make sure I get the glue that works. So this is that embossing folder. I don't want to take all my pieces off. Well, I guess I have to. So there we go. And that's the Golden Glow paper. So we're going to put that onto a piece of early espresso. So this is 4 by 5 1/4. And the early espresso is 4 1/8 by 5 3/8. So just a little bit of a border. I like to flip it over and give it a good press, and then we're going to put this onto Basic Beige. At first, when I started using this paper, I was using Very Vanilla, and then I realized it matches Basic Beige a little better. So there we go. Make sure I'm in the camera. And then I have the little fence. I cut it out of Wood Grain Wonders paper. So we have one, I want it about down here. I have 3 panels I'm going to use. So you can see how you just attach them. And it's a farm fence, so it's never quite straight. And then I'll trim that off. So I'm just going to put a little bit of glue on my fence posts and rails. There, I've got that one. And I find when you cut it out of the wood grain paper, it just really looks realistic. And this one, I'm going to angle it a little bit. And this one. Then I'll take my snips and just snip those off. All right, now maybe I shouldn't have done that quite, okay, because I want to put this behind. All right, now I'm ripping up my fence. I just remembered I want to put some of these elements behind my fence. That's okay. So this is going to go here. That's good. And this one. This is what I like about white glue. You have a little bit of time. Not a ton, but a little bit. So I want to put this one behind this section of the fence. Right about there. And I could have curled this a little bit, but I'll just curl it with my fingers. There we go. Actually, they go pretty straight, so I'm putting it straight. Okay, back to the start. And then this I was going to just tuck under. Happy fall, y'all. So this is out of that set as well. I'll put it coming out of the pumpkin, I think. All right, so let's go back with my flowers. So I have 3 flowers that I did fussy cut out. And I'm going to put these 2 on flat and this one pop up. Okay, I could have put that over a little closer, but that's fine. And I love how sunflowers turn to follow the sun during the day. They're very fun to watch. So for this one, I'm going to squish it a little bit. It'll fold, and when you put it in the envelope, it'll fold down, but then it'll squish back up. And although these aren't exactly what the leaves look like, they're pretty close. So now I have my big pumpkin. So I have 3 different sizes. This one's going to go here, and we'll put this coming out of our pumpkin. Or I really wanted it over here. Yeah, I'll figure out that in a second. So this one I'm going to put down flat, and then pop this one up. I love doing cards that make little scenes. And then this one I'll pop up because it seems to sit better when it's popped up. And then, okay, I'm trying to decide my little sign here. But I really want this over here. All right, right about there. Then I did a double bow of linen thread. So we'll just pop that on. And that's going to go right there. Maybe we'll put this over here. I'm going to just trim it down a bit. Yeah, let's do that. And I'm going to put a dimensional, even though I was thinking after I could have like taken a little color and put it around the edge, but I think it looks fine. Sometimes I overthink. There. So there's our first card. Now you could take your Golden Glow shimmer brush or just Wink of Stella to add to your sunflowers. It looks pretty. The Golden Glow shimmer brush though is really nice as well. Okay, so there's card number 1. Happy fall, y'all. Little fussy cut action here. And then the second one is fussy cut as well, but we're going to use the big floral. So you can see I fussy cut a whole bunch of pieces, and then I'll decide which ones I want to use. So this time I'm using Cajun Craze. And again, it is 5 3/8 by 4 1/8. So just giving it a little bit of an edge around the Golden Glow. I'm trying to pull out all the colors that were in this palette. So this is the Golden Glow used again with that same embossing folder, softly woven. So we'll go ahead and put that down. I'll try to remember the order to do things this time so I'm not pulling things off. And then this one is a new one, again available in the fall, and it is Metal Effects, and it has copper, gold, and silver. So I'm using the copper, then it has gold, and then it has silver. And it is actually shimmery on both sides. So oftentimes the fancier papers like this are just have the element on one side, but this one has it on both sides. So I want this right down the middle, and it's going to anchor our flower. I did have the flower on before without this, and I thought I need something to anchor it. Now because it's woven, you do have some lines to guide you so that you can put this the way you want it. So that's going to go there, and then I'm just going to take these pieces and pop them underneath. So because I'm doing that, I think I'm okay to put dimensionals on and then pop stuff underneath. And if I'm not, again, we'll find out. So I'll put my dimensionals more in the middle, so that I can slide things underneath. Before I do my Facebook Lives, I always have my card prepped and cut, but I haven't made it yet. So you get to learn with me what to do and what not to do. So I'm pretty sure it goes this way. And I do have a little banner that says Happy Thanksgiving. It was on both sides, but I cut it off this side because it was hanging over, and I want it to go right there. So let's put that in before we start adding all the rest of the elements. And we want it to not stick outside the card. Okay, so that's 3D'd. So these are just going to be glued underneath. And I am basically just randomly putting them around. So I've got one of those there. And then I found this leaf that was at the edge of the page. I always save those ones, they're perfect. So I'm going to add it over here where the other oak leaves are. We have two beautiful big oak trees on our property. And then these are just leaves. You can layer them on top. So I'm kind of balancing. I've got that. Let's try this one over here. That's why I like cutting, just having a bunch cut out so I can see what I want to do with them. Try this one. I feel like we need something at the top. Oh, there's some little yellow berries. I was looking for something different. And of course you could use die cut some stems. There's so many. And some of the sets are so pretty. But I was just in a fussy cutting mood. I even fussy cut these tiny little 3 flowers. Put those down here. And then this is one of the new ribbons. It's called bordered ribbon, and I think it's Calypso Coral and Copper. Now I found the bows were just a little bit too big, that I didn't really like them on a card. I'll show you. Well, I like them on a card, but I just thought it was a bit much. But they tie really nice bows. But I think that's just too big. So what I did is I just took the ribbon and just took some larger scissors and just cut it down the middle. And I don't mind if it's a little bit frayed. I like that look. So that's not working. We're just going to add this little bow and then a couple of embellishments. Now you can get fancy and make sure that you have the edging on the same side, but I don't really worry about that. And then I'm just going to give it a fresh cut, even it up a bit, and I'm just going to put it right here. You can decide if you like a bow or not. I do like a bow. Also, the linen thread looks really pretty on this card design, but I'm just kind of bringing out the copper and the Calypso Coral. And then there's these painted patch adhesive backed dots, which are perfect because they have the Cajun craze. Oopsie. So I'm just going to put a couple up here using there it is. This is my favorite picky tool from years ago. So we'll just do 1, 2, And I think that's good. All right, so those are my 2 new cards using the Harvest of Glow Designer Series paper, available with, in Canada, a $100 order. And it's a good time to stock up tomorrow because, well, 19, 20, 21, you will receive double your rewards. Whoopsie. So on a $100 order, you would receive $20 back in rewards to use on your next order. And you know we always need to stock up on envelopes or glue, adhesive paper. Okay, so there's my 2 cards for today. Do you have a favorite? They're both quite different, actually. But let me know if you have a favorite. And then these are the other ones that I've designed using that same paper. And I had another one somewhere. And that one. So let me know, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, which is your favorite. And don't forget, earn 2 times the rewards, 19, 20, 21st when you shop. And you can shop with me at mariannecowan.com/shop. I'll put the link in the comments, but lately Facebook has been not allowing us to put links in, so the game changes every time you go to use Facebook, so I don't know what they're doing today. But anyways, those are the cards using this beautiful Glow of Harvest Designer Series paper. So thank you for watching. Don't forget, if you're interested in the Fall Festival online retreat, there are still spots available. I'm honoring this $79 early bird special until the end of this week. And it includes a lot of things. Materials to make 12 cards and 2 3D items, envelopes, embellishments. I always do a PDF tutorial with a video. There's a cute fall treat in there. Kits will be mailed by September 9th. This is online only, and there will be fall door prizes. Oh, fall treat again. And the sticky pack is available. The optional bundle for this one is the Fun for Fall bundle. So that's a great one to get, and we used a lot of those elements today, so super fun. All right, thank you for watching. I do appreciate it if you like or share my video. If you're watching the replay on YouTube, I invite you to subscribe to my channel and hit that notification button so that you will know every time I post a new video. Thanks everyone, and I hope you get time in your craft room today.